Welcome to the WellPlayed DLC podcast, Australia's juiciest gaming podcast. I'm your host for the week, Sleepy Adam Ryan. I've got Ash Whaling, also from the sleepy state of Tassie.
Snoozy boy, snoozy boys.
Big snoozy boys. I've got Nathan Hennessy in the sweaty state of Victoria.
Relatively attentive and reporting. Welcome. Hello.
And Zach Jackson's here as well. Make sure your diction is on point. Hello, Zachary.
Evening, boys. How are we?
Mate, sweaty. Sweaty all round. I feel like we can say that pretty comfortably, yeah?
Pretty moist, yeah.
Yeah, it's a rough time. It's a rough time. It's probably because we've been up to so many extracurricular activities. We've got a pretty big week. We have the WellPlayed's Game of the Year Awards. Everyone's been waiting for them, I know. Thought maybe we'd give January a miss and go February instead. I'm going to talk a double feature. I've got my Mario Tennis Fever review and a little in-progress review of Reanimal. And Nathan's going to talk some sexy anime vampires with his Code Vein 2 review. But before we get to that, Zachary, I'd like you to go first, mate. What have you been up to, and have you been playing anything recently that's not for content?
No.
Yeah, figured that. Nathan,
Good. Sweet.
what have you got for us?
Well, actually, I will tell you about one thing.
He takes
hell.
the
Yeah.
backsies.
Well, it is a little bit tasty backsies, but we didn't get to talk about this last week because someone had a bit of a snooze. But I'm just loading it up. So I reviewed
He's got a
Earth Must
script.
Die, which is the cartoon point and click game, which is made by a studio that I've forgotten the name of, but it is published by No More Robots, and this features a host of really, really good voice actors, including some talent from Taskmaster. So if you're a fan of like British comedy and you really like a kind of adult cartoon aesthetic, like the kind of Adult Swim kind of things.
Rick and Morty.
I think I fucked that. Did I fuck up that word, by the way?
We're just going to breeze past it. Size 5 Games is the developer, mate.
Size 5 Games. And this game is really fucking cool. If you like dick jokes and that sort of humor, then you'll definitely have a good time here. The puzzles are pretty straightforward, nothing too complicated. There is maybe one kind of towards the end or in the middle-ish, like 2/3 that gets a little bit complicated. But other than that, what's really cool is that every single scene is its own thing. So there's no like backtracking. There's none of that. It's just if you're in this room, like the answer is here, right? Like so, you don't have to go back and through different worlds and whatnot.
You don't have to go pixel hunting through every
no,
other scene.
No, like the answer's generally the answer is in that room, right? So, and like you play as a villain basically. So your father at
your Mega Mind, you're a blue guy with a big head.
Is what I was thinking.
Yeah. So at the very, very start of the game, your father is dead or is dying. He's like impaled by this thing. They're in this war with some other planets and stuff, and he thinks you're shit. So he wants to give the throne to your two brothers. But you're also like a little bit of a bitch. Like let's be honest. Like you're just a bit of a bitch. And anyway, so what you do is you actually what's the right word I'm thinking for? You create, you design, I think I wrote it in my fucking review. Orchestrate the death of your two brothers.
Classic.
And from there, essentially, the father has to give you the throne, and he dies, and you take over, and you're just fucking shit. You're a shit ruler. You don't care about anyone or anything but yourself. 300 years later, you get invaded. You need this. I can't remember what it's called, but you need this resource to kind of live, or you go planet searching for it, and then you find this planet, and then you have to solve a puzzle, and then after the puzzle, they go and like search Earth, I guess, or they go into this like detection thing, and Earth apparently is full of this resource. But what that also allows these other people to detect your presence, and then they come in and invade you and take over, and from there you're their bitch, but you don't like it, so you essentially fight back, and that's to take back your throne. It's very funny. Your companion is a milk robot that you get when you're a child. When you're a child in this world, you have this and she's fucking hilarious. She thinks this guy's a bit of an idiot because he is, and it's just funny. Like they just bounce off one another. It is very very good.
The Milkbot's voiced by Tamsin Greig, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
Fran from Black Books.
There's heaps of really good people in here. There's is it Joel Fry? He's the main guy, I think. There's Alex Horn. I think there's some of the names. There's Ben Starr. But you wouldn't even recognize, who Ben Starr is, right? He doesn't sound like anything like Ben Starr. And then there's a whole bunch more. It's really good, really cool. I gave it a 9. Very very cool. There's some stuff there that just is. I actually laughed. I don't laugh a lot in games, but this game actually made me fucking laugh. It was great.
I don't like giving you your flowers often because it gives you a big head, but it is a very good review. So you should all duck over to the website and give it a read. My favorite part of your little synopsis there was Nathan just being confused about the milking robot. But
yes,
which it's fair to be confused by.
It's like this little hovering thing that like when
it's like
you're
a nursing
baby,
bot.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be weaned off it eventually?
Is it just a breastfeeding robot? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Yeah. So that's the idea, is that you've not given up this nursing bot, and it's your only friend, and she low key doesn't like you.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, very good. Other than that, I played another point click game, but I can't remember the name of it, and I think it might be embargoed. But it was a demo for 40 minutes. It's like Crushed in Time. It's like a little spin on Sherlock Holmes and Watson. The demo is like the opening kind of puzzle, and it seems okay. It's got kind of a wacky kind of little art style. It's got the way that you interact with things. You kind of like pull back and it slaps. If that kind of makes any sense. And it's
mostly what I do when I get out of the shower. But
how do I explain it?
Are we still?
How do I explain it? So there's a chair. There's a chair in this room, and you pull back on the interaction thing, and it pushes the chair along, right? Or there's a what else is there? Or you got to knock one of the guys over. So you pull back and you slap him hard enough, or twice, or something like that, and it.
So what the game's like playing marbles.
I assume you're like slingshotting people with the cuck chair? Or?
No. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like the cuck chair.
It is a tactile interface, and how you interact with the world involves a tactile.
Yeah.
It's not point and click, it's drag and flick.
Sort of. It's like a slap.
You watch
almost.
him steal that for his review. You fucking watch it.
Well, they asked me to preview it, and I played it, and I was like, yeah, like I'm not sure I'll take a look at it, but it was the opening scenes. I was like, nah. But it's kind of neat. I think it's called Crushed in Time. But yeah, seems quite cool. And other than that, I've been having a nightmare time with a preview build, but you might not hear about that.
Oh, yes.
What a wonderful tease. Speaking of wonderful teasers, Nathan, what have you been up to outside of content, my man?
I guess the little tease for me is I've just ducked or dipped a toe into the first couple of hours of Neo 3. Which is kind of exciting because it's approaching, as you'll be aware, most Souls-likes are now approaching a sort of Elden Ring-esque open world, or at least open zone philosophy. So it's cool to see that in Neo, where the previous 2 games like mission-based, you'd have a start, finish, and then go back to menu. But I've spent most of that 2 hours stuck on the first boss because, like every Souls-like, the main challenge is getting past the tutorial boss, or the real boss at the end of the tutorial. And now you're ready, and then the next few hours are going to be easy. But the real game I've been playing mostly before bed, before we move on, Zach.
Is that actually a thing? The tutorial boss is like hard as fuck.
Yeah. And like every Souls-like, so you normally have and that's often that they'll test you with like a teasing boss, and you might die or whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
But then
you might die, but then the story will continue. You'd be like, oh well, better luck next time, and then it like lights a fire in your belly. Like, if I see that cunt again, I swear to God.
So yeah, you'll fight a tutorial boss that'll usually wipe you out in like 2 hits, and that's very much the case in Neo. So I must have fought that thing like 20 times before I found the groove, and then that's very satisfying, but obviously frustrating too. But no, the real game that I've been playing before bed, as a part of my reading wind down to sleep ritual, is Ball Pit, but on the Switch too. Just like everyone else, I'm a sucker for pinball, so it's scratching a close enough itch.
How
itch.
how many hours are we talking? Like, have you completed a few of the different layers, or
About
are you?
4 hours down, I think. So
Yeah,
I've just done the
brother.
desert one, and now I'm up
Yep,
to the forest.
yep. Oh, you're
Probably
having a
like
good time then, no
I'm
doubt.
a doubt I'm 5 hours in. Like I run as what 15 minutes. Yo,
Yeah, tops.
Not a question, but when you're finished, you and I we've dabbled, you a lot more than I have, but in the Midnight Walkers.
you want to talk about that briefly,
We
quickly?
may as well.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
You go.
obviously the Midnight. Yeah, well, Midnight Walkers is a new extraction shooter that's hit early access. I say extraction shooter. You won't be doing a lot of shooting in this game. It does have guns in it, but mostly this is an extraction shooter styled more on Dead Island. It's set in a tower. It's like 14 floors. You and 7 other players have access to most of these floors, and you're looking to loot as much shit out of as possible whilst avoiding zombies. And there's all different kinds of zombies, but mostly you're going to be dispatching zombies with heavy sledgehammers to the cranium. Splat. That's going to be most of the combat in the game, and the melee combat for the most part I think is pretty satisfying. It is an Unreal Engine 5 game, so there's a bit of stuttering happening with the visuals. So it is still a little bit, maybe a little bit floaty, a little bit stuttery, but the watermelon brain splatting is very satisfying. And the only other thing I would mention is it has 4 character classes. The one that I find interesting is the bartender, because the bartender gets to mix drinks on the go, and they're like all different kinds of like buffs for you can throw them at your teammates, your little Girardi Pierce, and you're going to walk faster or recover quicker. I think that's
what kind
really
of bars do you go to where that's on the menu?
I mean,
I want to walk fast. Can you get me some piss in a cup, please?
have you ever had Red Bull?
Not the right ones. Nathan, I have one question for you about this game. How many monitors did it break for you personally?
For myself, I've actually not had my monitor sweat too much. This game seems to run. It doesn't run well, but it hasn't broken anything for myself. However,
Right. Isolated incident for the managing editor of Well-Played then.
Well, look, it was on
how
the
long
way.
did you play the game before?
What's that?
How long did you play Midnight Walkers before you encountered a critical issue, mate?
Did we get to the tutorial? I didn't
Nah.
even get to that. I think I went to the. I
Character
think
select.
yeah, it was the character selection, but not the first one. It was the one where you make an account and then you pick a character, and then it goes, "What's your name of the character?" And then from there, the screen just melted.
Yeah,
So
it's
before
bad.
anything could actually occur on screen.
But it makes sense because
this game.
after I plugged, so I played routine on my TV for a lot, and not on my monitor because I was like, I want to play that on my TV. And then when I plugged the monitor back in, sorry, the computer back into the monitor, I was like, I don't know if it's because it's been plugged into a real good TV, and now I'm looking at it on a monitor that looks fucking ass. But I suspected that, well, there were some things that I was like, I think this monitor might be on its way. It's 7 years old. It's had a good life. It's had a good run, you know. It's been flogged pretty hard. So, anyway.
It's been rode hard and put away wet.
Midnight Walkers killed it.
Rough time.
And then we did play, and I couldn't extract. So, not like for any fault of the game, but just player fault, skill based.
It is a self-described hardcore game, and I take that to mean you will take about 2 slaps from a zombie, and then you'll be lucky to make it out alive. So you want to keep all enemies at sword length where possible, but your weapons will also hit furniture and walls around you, so you don't want to use a long sword in a narrow hallway. Just going to be bumping the sides. It's a cool game. It's but it is early access rough. But
Yeah.
I think it's selling for like 25 Australian or something like that, which I think is just the perfect
That's
price.
a fair asking
for
price
this
for
game.
something that's early access like that. I think that's
There is a lot of proof of concept content in there, so it's just a matter of them just polishing it up.
Yeah, probably the only thing that I didn't love was that I found it very hard. Like once you get caught, like if a zombie grabs you, at no point, I think, in the games that we played, or the 2 times where I got caught, that I could get away. Even though it says mash this button, but
It says mash F, and every time I've been caught and mashed F, it's usually worked for me within a second.
I reckon it's
Really?
killed your
Skill
keyboard,
issue.
brother.
Skill issue.
I reckon that's what the problem is.
I was pushing F. I did this button.
Yeah, sure you were.
And you can see
I'm
like
doing
the little wheel like went around and it went to the top. Nah,
It
shit
doesn't
game.
matter. Yep, shit game.
I don't know. You say your TV is really good, but it's on a lean. Ash, what have you been playing that's not for
Other
content,
TV.
my friend?
It's not for content yet. I've been playing the pre-patch for World of Warcraft Midnight, which means that
Hey.
I have a
You're a
house.
homeowner?
Yeah, I
Nice.
am a homeowner, and it's the worst decision I've ever made. I swear to Christ. I thought, you know what? I'll just plonk my house down, just throw a couple of cushions in there. Maybe I'll have a garden. 6 hours later, brother, I have awakened something primal and deeply stupid inside of me.
Is this like
It's a lot
your
of fun.
version of Animal Crossing? Is this like Ash
Yeah,
coded Animal Crossing?
I mean, yeah, but like I'm a nester, dude. I'm the kind of guy that like, oh, let's play the survival, crafting game, and everyone's like, yeah, let's go kill like, the troglodyte that lives on the hill, and I'll be like,
He's still
I'm
building a
gonna match,
treehouse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna match the curtains to the couch, and they come back and people go, well, we got a fully working kitchen. I'm like, yeah, we do. And take your boots off. Don't track mud in the house. So then I get given what's effectively World of Warcraft Sims, and I'm fucked. Like the worst thing is like I'll be there, I'll like be designing something and I'll be like, it needs something. I need a chair. I need a wooden chair. Where can I find a wooden chair? It's like, go and destroy Grog Thlomax the Destroyer, and you're like, he drops a chair, sure. So I'll be
That
like
checks
trying to
out.
get groups to kill a boss, and I'm like, I'm just here for the chair, guys. Like, yeah, but he destroyed an entire race of Eridari. Don't care. I'm here for the chair. So yeah, after playing World of Warcraft for over a decade, I'm now fucking decor specialist.
Choosing what color you want to paint your walls and shit.
Pretty much. And I'm going to feature my house on WellPlayed, and you can't stop me.
Nah, wouldn't dare. While you're on the topic of Blizzard, you did a little trip to the States. Tell us about that. It's a long mood setting, I understand.
That's the segue. All right. So Blizzard reached out to the very best that Tasmania has to offer, me, and invited me to go to the Blizzard campus there in California to have a look at some stuff that they got upcoming. So it was the Spotlight event, which meant that they were showing what's coming in all their major franchises. World of Warcraft wasn't represented, but they sort of let me watch their Spotlight video a day early as a way of going, hey, we're not showing you this while you're here, but you can watch it on your phone if you want, which is cool. But it meant that the 3 prongs that I did get to dig into was Overwatch, Diablo, which is having its 30th anniversary this year, and Hearthstone. And so, yeah, it was pretty neat. If you've seen video content at the moment, Overwatch has an absolutely massive update, which will be out by the time you are listening to this podcast. Overwatch is dropping the 2 and dropping 5 new characters into the game, with 5 more coming later. And I got to play them all and record them. Zachary.
Does this mean I can now say with absolute certainty and confirmation from you that Overwatch 2 is a dead game?
You've held onto that for so long. Okay.
I fucking have.
I will begrudgingly say to you in this moment, yes.
Vindicated.
But I will also
Overwatch.
say there are games out there that wish they were as dead as Overwatch 2, brother. But
No,
yeah, so I got
it's gone huge.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it's climbed back. I mean, it's gone from critically negative reviews on Steam to mixed, which is like that's Sisyphus and Boulder up the hill, brother. But yeah, I got to actually be there on the campus, and each day sort of started with breakfast and then a presentation of this is what we're going to show you. But then the really cool thing is that like we leave the presentation, they go play the new shit. So yeah, got to sit down and play some games with developers for like all the new Overwatch stuff. By the time this podcast is live, you'll be aware of the Diablo stuff. And so as a special treat for the potty...
a milk review.
Yes, this is my Diablo-flavored milk. Tastes like blood and fresh meat. But no, this was the special gift given to people for traveling all that way.
Is it a block of chocolate?
For people... it would be good. Except
So
it probably like super dark chocolate, wouldn't it? For the people who are listening, obviously, I'm holding a large box that says Diablo 30th anniversary. It's covering 1996 to 2026, but I'm going to open it here so that way those who watch the video can enjoy. But yeah,
Hang the
bam.
fuck on.
I said kitchen knife. I feel pretty close.
You're close, yeah, but like, mate, this isn't a knife. This is an axe cosplaying as a knife. So again, for the people
Where's it belong?
listening, this is a legitimate, like, kitchen grade cleaver. It is sharpened. It was handed to us as a thanks for coming all this way gift, to which Blizzard then immediately did comms to all the other journalists going, it has just occurred to us that this might be difficult to take back to your country of origin.
You don't fucking say.
If you wish to return it to us, we will mail it to you. Now, I was lucky I had a checked bag, so I got to just bring it home with me.
So TSA didn't tackle you to the fucking ground. That's
nice.
Nice.
Well, I was going to say, no, America didn't give a shit. It was just coming back into Australia. They'd be like, what the fuck is this, brother? I also got a gift from Overwatch, but it's out of frame if anybody gives a shit. Do people want to see it? Do people want to know what it is?
I love things that you grab from arm's reach, Ash. This is well
this
known.
is a little bit further than arm's reach, but I'm going to grab it again.
If only he had Zach's camera.
If only.
Yeah.
You probably don't
So
want
to
to
celebrate
these in real time.
To celebrate Overwatch's rebirth, pre-birth, unbirth, back to its original name. Nah, don't like any of that.
Like that.
I'm not
Hey,
gonna
sick.
comment.
Is that the Rock?
They gave me it's a reversible jacket with the Overwatch logo on one side and the
And a
new
Brahma
villain
bull.
logo on the other. You think that?
I'm
This
sorry.
is the Rock?
Hold on. Wait. The what bull?
I think I fucked it up. Don't worry.
He said,
What did you say
He said
about
Bahama.
Dwayne?
I heard Bahama bull.
No, I know.
Bahama
Bra.
bull.
Brahma bull.
No,
Is that
good.
right?
Okay.
Still wrong.
Yeah. See, I
At
thought
least
I fucked it up.
Bahama's a
Brahman bull.
word. Brahama's not a fucking word.
Yeah, no, I knew I fucked it.
Broheim bull. Ah, fuck. Well, mate, it sounds like you
pretty cool.
had a fantastic, wonderful time.
Ah,
Trying games
just
on the
note-
Steam Deck on your fucking flight there.
Absolutely did. But I will just say the one really cool thing about this was that Blizzard invited journalists first for a change. It wasn't
Hey.
streamers and influencers and content creators. The journalists got first dibs, hence why when the stuff was getting announced, we had content to release, which was
You love
it's
to
nice.
see it.
It's nice. Yes, Zachary Jackson.
Who was the biggest / most famous journo you rubbed shoulders with?
Oh,
Name
you're gonna make
and
me
shame. Name and
no,
shame.
no, because I'm too nice.
Blush,
But
yeah.
CNET was there, Comic Book Reader was there, IGN was there,
Who?
GameSpot was there, Kotaku was there.
Oh, that's just
So,
I know, but I'm not going into names because then I'm gonna have to start going into anecdotes. But I will do a shout out if you're listening, and I know you're not. But Spencer, my guy, loved your wedding cake. We had a great time. Stories for off the
dead.
potty.
interesting. That sounds like an innuendo to end them all. Sounds like a fucking wonderful time, Ash, while you were gallivanting on the other side of the world. I have absolutely nothing to talk about. Plus, I couldn't follow that anywho because, that's a lot of cool content. But
I will say, there is more. We have more exclusive content to come. Check out the Well Played YouTube channel for further footage of unreleased stuff. Hell yeah!
fucking delicious. Stick around till the end of the podcast and we'll tell you what our YouTube channel's name is so you can find it. Yeah, a little bait and tease.
Yeah.
Let's talk Game of the Year, boys. It's been long enough. We've kept the people waiting. We've got, Jeff did his Game of the Year. We've got the DICE Awards later in the week. You got the IGN, your GameSpots, but no one gives a fuck
Yeah.
about any of that.
The kids
They-
have had their chance. Now it's
They
for the
wanna
big
know.
boys.
They want to know what the well-played folks are given the flowers to. We'll start from the bottom up. We've got a few different categories. We've cut some fat from previous years, but if you want to jump in to any of these and highlight them, feel free. But we're going to start with best sound design. Nathan's got a horse in this race, considering he was playing it mere moments ago. Best sound design is for Ark Raiders. Nathan, I'm guessing you probably put this one forward, correct?
I mean, shouldn't we all have put this
I
one
agreed with
forward?
it. I
I did
certainly
not.
put a vote forward.
I did not, but I don't disagree with it. But I did
Said
not.
Drifter.
No.
I mean, if you spend
I
all your
said
time
Kronos, I
dead in
think.
Arc Raiders, you're not really going to appreciate the sound design.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I have
Nah.
40 hours in Arc Raiders as a person watching streams and not playing the fucking game.
was gonna
But
say,
I would
what?
tell you, it's an auditory delight. And I'm not talking about voices and any controversy there. I just mean like the world and how things sound. Very cool. Very
It's
unique.
it's a testament to it that the sound design is almost fundamental to how you play the game. Like without
It, it's a key
paying
part of the
very
game's identity.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Without paying close attention to the sound design and how audio works in that space, you're not going to be anywhere near as successful on any given run, which is
As a
pretty
note,
fucking cool.
I feel like scary bad robots have been done to death, but the soundscape of
Oh.
like
Oh,
the Ark is so unique. It's like
They're
they didn't just
terrific.
go to like they didn't go to audio libraries and go clanking metal. You know, they actually
But-
made really cool shit.
the easiest Arc robot to defeat in the game is the Tick. Little
Yep.
spider-looking fella. Goes, "Sk-" You're
Oh,
like
awful.
skittering around on the metal surfaces around you, and you will freeze. Because while he's very easy to defeat, if he jumps on you, that's like most of your shield gone, maybe some of your health. Just a big pain in the ass you don't want to deal with. That's the bottom rung. It only gets more impressive from there.
Do you
And
have to
you'll
mash-
lose your lunch. It's a mechanical spider jumping at you. I shit myself every time that happens.
Robo
Like,
face hugger.
like that skittering sound happens, and I'm like, fuck, a head on a swivel all of a sudden trying to find him. Awful, awful little things. But yeah,
Very
very well
effective.
deserved. I'm sure the folks over there are stoked. We'll send the award in the mail. Best performance is next up. This is from Dispatch, Robert Robinson. It's Aaron Paul. It's old mate from
Excuse
Breaking
me.
Bad.
Put some salt in his name. That is Robert Robertson III. Thank you very much.
I'm so fucking
Yeah,
sorry.
bitch.
Ash, I think
Yeah.
you're maybe the only one among us that have played
Correct.
Dispatch through. Yeah.
For me, it was the big point for me was the fact that old mate, you expected him to be like Jesse from Breaking Bad, and you sort of think that he must be
Very
typecast.
much.
That's all he can do. But like his actual performance as Mecha Man in Dispatch has a lot of really interesting world weariness to it. Like it's a story about he's a legacy hero that's following in his father's footsteps, his grandfather's footsteps, and like his life's completely shit now. But the way that he sort of has this sardonic relationship with everyone around him, he does a really good job of personifying a very believable character. That and the dialogue is crisp. I love it. The way that like people talk to each other, it's so believable. I forgot it was a game at times. I just felt like I was watching a really good like animated series, and then the game would pop up and be like, "What do you want to say next?" I'm like, shit, I don't know. It's all so good. It was enough to make me want to replay the game almost immediately after finishing it because I just wanted to see what kind of shit he would say to other characters that I hadn't interacted with on the first run through. So, love it deeply,
Yep.
dearly.
Heard nothing but good things. Zachary.
Yes,
Can I
Zachary.
tell you a story about Aaron Paul? Initially, at first, I thought he was the host of Hot Wings.
Jesus.
Sean Evans.
Hot Ones,
fucking-
you mean?
Hot Ones, sorry, yeah. I knew what I meant.
So,
Oh,
has Aaron
Christ.
Paul ever been on Hot
Adam's-
Ones,
Adam's
and you're
gonna
just sitting
really
there like,
struggle with that one.
Well, no,
He-
I
yeah,
He has been.
he's
on Hot Ones.
interviewing
He has been on
himself.
Hot Ones.
well, no, I was like, oh, that's the guy from Breaking Bad, and then I think I went into an episode and it wasn't actually him. I was like, well, that's
Then you saw the episode where Aaron Paul was on Hot Ones, and you're like, how is this motherfucker interviewing himself? That's not fair.
Anyway, I just want to
Jesus Christ.
share that with you.
Ooh,
Lovely
great take,
tidbit. Can't wait for The Rock to be on there so he can show him his Brahim bull. Next up, best art style. Zachary, this one's probably going to be
All
for
you, buddy.
you. It's South of Midnight. Very deserving winner.
Yeah, so this is the Deep South kind of claymation, stop motion-y. Not claymation is probably the wrong word, but I guess it kind of is.
Oh, no, yeah.
If you say every animation style, you'll catch it eventually.
stylized stop
Anime.
motion, if you want to go with that, which it just looks awesome. Like character models are all like really cool, really distinct, really unique. It's kind of got that blocky like feel to it as well, so it's not like like a clean style. Yeah, just a really cool like reimagining of the Deep South in their world, in this almost magical kind of world, which is really cool, really neat. I think they did a really good job.
It's also like an underrepresented kind of part of the world or
Oh,
part of
yeah.
that country that they did very proud. It's I'm very keen to give that a playthrough once it comes to the old PlayStation. The next homegrown, this will probably be another one for you, Zach, is Aussie Made Game of the Year. By an absolute landslide, the winner is The Drifter. Tell us about it.
Well, we might go the double here.
True. Look, we'll yeah. Also, jump to self-published indie game of the year is also The Drifter. So it's come away with two awards, which looking here is the only game to do so.
Mate, call it Excalibur 33 or whatever the fuck that game was called again.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No. So okay, well, Excalibur 33 is a throwback if you've been sticking with us for a long, long time. Anyway, The Drifter, yeah, very, very cool. We talked about it maybe a couple of weeks ago when we did our own kind of games of the year. Probably my game of the year, I reckon. I could reckon it'd be up there, if not even. But yeah, really, really cool game. Very cool voice acting. Like, fantastic job by, I think it's Adrian Vaughn, I think his name is, who plays Mick. Really cool writing. It's developed by, I know Powerhoof is a small team, but I think there were lots of contractors who worked on this, or quite a few contractors, so it's not just one person kind of thing. But yeah, really cool world, cool story, cool puzzles, and what I thought was really impressive is that it felt like it modernized point and click games. It just made it feel, how there's like when you think about, well, Nathan maybe more so, or maybe even Ash as well, like point and click games, they've not really changed a lot. They're still kind of the same from when they, but this kind of felt like it had a little bit of modernization to it. Like the way that it had the items select wheel just made it like almost quality of life, but just smart, like a modern like game design choices. I thought that it did really, really well. I thought it did that really well, and the puzzles were cool, and everything was just a good time.
Yeah, it's definitely on my list. I'm not typically a point and click man, but everything that you've told me about it and the trailers and little snippets of gameplay that I've seen, yeah, it's on my list to play. Something that I could not stop playing, and I know that Nathan also fucking played it. Third-party published game of the year, because indies can't figure out what they're doing, is Blueprints. I'll helm this very quickly, and you boys can probably back me up. This is probably like the most special game I played last year. Key and I sat down, took a very manual approach to things. She took notes while I was trying to figure out puzzles, and just soaking in the atmosphere of that game with just kind of minimal sound design of creaky doors and creaky floors, and the little bits of kind of orchestral music in the background playing as you're just kind of going through this very empty but very lived in modular house is, yeah, something. It's just not like any other puzzle game that I've played before, and it's hard to do in that in that genre, because everything feels like it's been done to death, and it doesn't come around very often that something is genuinely unique and new. But Blueprints, pretty well every facet of it had that kind of feel. But Nathan, I know you kind of breezed through it, and in all of my jest, I'm pretty sure you enjoyed it also.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think this tickled me in a slightly different way to yourself. What I really dug in this game was a philosophy of design that I saw very immediately in a few particular board games. Games like what is it? Haunting of Hill? No, fuck.
Oh yeah.
Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Yeah.
Mansions of Madness. Fucking Castles of Mad Ludwig. Usually these games start off with the premise of you've got your lobby. Lobby is a square room. You got 3 doorways pointing off, and now you've got a pile of modular rooms in which you're now going to build out this house and explore from there. So obviously it's been done in board games, but seeing it done transferred so flawlessly to a video game was something that it didn't take any time for me to get swept up in. I was immediately in. I just wanted to build these houses, reset, build another one, reset, build another one. Loved it.
Yeah, I hadn't made that connection. But yeah, it's a very apt one. God damn. Oh, makes me love it even more. Ash, you took a similar kind of approach to me. You and your wife sat down and did the note-taking thing, yeah?
Yeah, pilot and co-pilot, sort of don't do that room, can't do that room yet, wait we're running out of steps. Where do we go? If we go left and then right again, we can go back through that floor. We can get to the bedroom and get our steps back. Yeah. And it was funny that like I was quite into it, but it was my wife that was like, tonight, more blueprints. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly
Okay,
the
we'll
same.
do it. Mm-hmm.
It's just that good. Game is
Mate,
actually that good.
when we left the house and like realized you could walk out of like the garage, I'm like, there's an outside. There's outside. I think we woke
Yeah.
the kids. We were so excited.
And you keep having those moments like the entire time. Anyway, I could talk about that forever. But we'll move on to another game that I could probably talk about forever, which is our multiplayer game of the year. I needed to beat Nathan half to death to make it not Ark Raiders, but Battlefield 6 has taken the top spot. I don't think he's actually that sad because he's also played a fuck
I
ton of
voted
Battlefield
for it.
6 as well. Yeah, I
Look,
know
when
you
you can
did.
look at a game that's had as many criticisms leveraged against it and still come out and go, yeah, nah, it's still good. That says something. Because, like, classic styled Battlefield's back on the menu, boys.
Pretty well. It's got because I did the preview event midway through last year, and the whole tagline was that it's Battlefield 3 and 4, but modernized. And I couldn't quite. I was hopeful that that was going to be the case, but I couldn't quite picture what that was going to feel like. Like, you can say that, right? You can be like, oh, we're bringing back the old feel. But what does it tangibly mean? Whatever that secret sauce is, they were absolutely bang on. This does feel like a modern interpretation of Battlefields 3 and 4. Save for maybe we could get some naval maps and
Yes.
some truly, truly large scale maps.
Big maps.
I
yeah.
have very few criticisms to leverage against Battlefield 6. The game is top to bottom just fucking fantastic. Zachary.
I have a question more for Nathan on this topic, but what made you pick Battlefield 6 over Ark Raiders? Because I was sure that Ark Raiders was going to be your pick.
This is a really good question, and I'm very satisfied with my answer. So I've spent 60 hours in Ark Raiders, 120 hours in Battlefield 5, and the reason why Battlefield 5 kept me coming back over Ark Raiders is whilst Ark Raiders is so perfectly polished and encapsulates such a wonderful experience, it does have a limitation on its content. You can see most of what's there in that 60 hours, and you kind of know what to expect, and the rhythm of the grind slows down because the moment you unlock let's say your goal is the highest tiered gear.
Mhm.
For a lot of people that's going to be the situation. The highest tier gear in Ark Raiders, I'm sorry to say, and most people that spend as much time as me know this, dog shit. So the end game of that game is not really worth, like, the destination is not worth it. Battlefield, however, every time I log in, I'm completing assignments, I'm completing challenges, achievements, I'm always unlocking something new, something unexpected, and I'm only asked to play it usually for about 20 minutes at a time, and almost every time during that 20 minutes, I'm leaving with a sense of satisfaction. Ark Raiders also has that satisfaction, but then there's also just as many times where you leave with a sense of heartache and defeat, which, whilst it also can emphasize, like, improve the experience, make it more memorable, Battlefield 5 is just a satisfying experience every single time you play it without fail. So they've just nailed it in the long term, I think.
Nice.
It's one of those, another one of like the marketing beats is like the only in Battlefield or the only in Battlefield 6, like referencing these emergent moments that happen during a random multiplayer match. And as kind of gimmicky and marketing spiel as that is, Jesus Christ, if it isn't true. Like, the amount of times we, between all of the people I know that play the game, send each other clips like, holy fucking shit.
Unbelievable.
This just, like, I ducked under a tank. I threw C4 on the bottom of it. It didn't run me over. Blew it up on the way out. Got 5 kills from it because there were 2 other people standing on it that I didn't know. Like, random shit that happens like that. And it happens like almost every time you play the game. It's ridiculous. And yeah, it's an incredibly satisfying game. Even if you're getting stomped, you'll somehow find a way to have fun with the game. It's wild.
It's a pressure cooker of memorable moments. Ark comes close, but Battlefield fucking beats it out.
Yeah. It's I'll probably play another 120 hours of the game as new content trickles in. It's wild. Boys, This will be really anticlimactic because I think I may be the only person that has played our game of the year. But
You'd be right.
let's step into 2026, looking back at what was 2025, an exceptional year for video games. But the best of all, as certified by well-played.com.au, is Death Stranding 2. Thank you, Kieran, for backing me on this. This is the first game I've ever given a 10, which is, I think I
It's
said
really
this.
Adam's award, so
It is. It is. I feel like Zach in every other year that's
I
gone
was about
by.
to say, now you know how I feel.
Yeah. It's why if a Resident Evil came out
It's
last
like
year,
that
we'd be having a different
Obama
conversation.
thing where he's giving himself the medal. Like, this is
Yeah, I was thinking of Sting when he takes the Sting mask off and it's Sting beneath it. So yeah, Death Stranding 2, first game I've ever given a 10. That's a really fucking daunting thing to put. Like, effectively, you're saying that it's as perfect as it can get, even though it has flaws. We all understand how the 10-point system works. I wanted more Death Stranding. I wasn't wanting like a massive evolution on the game. I didn't want it to, now you're in space or whatever. I wanted more of what was there, but a richer story and a more interesting sandbox to play in. I got that and more. Most of of what makes the game great, I can't go into for spoiler reasons. And I think there is maybe a little bit of bias, being that most of the game is set in Australia and it deals with uniquely Australian issues, both in terms of like wild weather events and gun control and things like that. But this game is exceptionally special. So similar to Blueprints, it has that intangible aspect that I can't put into words, but it just made me feel. Every moment of that game made me feel something, and it's hard to find a game that elicits that feeling in you. And yeah, I don't know. I could talk on and on and on about it. Kieran's not here to back me on it, but thank you for voting for it as well, KV. Kisses. But yeah, Death Stranding 2 is our game of the year. How special, boys. How special that we get to hand out awards. We'll send it to all of the developers that we've mentioned. What a time.
How do you feel about Death Stranding, Zach?
I would love to play it.
That's a strong word. You'd love to play it. All right.
Well, I've played the first one and it's interesting enough, but it just
You
just
can use the B word.
bum.
Boring.
Sure.
Oh,
they're interchangeable with him, and you know it.
Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would say it's boring. I would say that I got bored. No, I would say that
Zach says they're like synonyms for boring. It's unengaging.
No, I think I just bounced off it because of how I was playing it. I wasn't actually. It's going to sound really weird. I wasn't actually playing it. I was playing it, but I was trying to play it with Anna, so I was like, it was a thing. And then I think she kind of bounced
I'm
off.
walking. She's like, "Can you please run?" No, we've got to walk.
Yeah, and then I think after she would lost interest, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll go back to it." And I just never did. Now years later, well, last year I just booted it up again, and
Oh, you'd have to start from the start, wouldn't you?
yeah, well, I didn't, and I pushed through, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. So then I just
I
gave up.
wouldn't either.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have a clue.
but I would love to play it. Like, I would love to actually get to it at some point.
I would say it was also a very cathartic experience to play it prior to the game releasing this time. It's a something that you only get as a critic, because you get pre-release access to it. But the way the game works is it has this shared world function. Like, if everyone comes together with resources to build a road, then that road will be there for the vast majority of players. And as a journalist with pre-release access to it, I was only inhabiting that world with other people with pre-release access. So it was a very isolating experience. But it made, when you did see little patches of road, they felt all the more special, because you know that it's just this little community of people coming together to do it. And then the game came out, and I started the game again, and roads were popping up everywhere. Very different experience. Nathan.
So this point of joy in seeing roads pop up is exclusively a joy of yours, maybe Adam's, because you guys have to deal with the Midlands Highway upgrade, I suppose. Like you guys are just
There's no potholes.
yeah,
Hooray!
like this is definitely going to be a good road.
I can drive from town to town without careening off the fucking road. You'll love to see it.
Surely,
Best
But yeah,
roads,
Nathan.
best roads 2025.
Well, I was gonna say, surely you'd be getting around the new the new freeway here. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called now. Part of the big build. What's that fucking road? It goes out to
I'm in the
Ringwood. I know that.
I'm in the
No.
northern suburbs, mate.
Yeah,
I've got
come on.
clowns. Like, why do I need
he's
to
only
go?
got clowns out that
Actually,
way.
I saw a clown maybe 2 weeks ago.
Go on, you did. Was it on Bell Street?
Yes.
Yeah, fucking was.
was
wasn't
on Bell Street.
All right, you two. Enough. I'm raining the fuck. I'm raining this clown.
Because it's
conversation
daylight
in.
savings, man. They're out in force.
Jesus fucking Christ. We've
Thanks,
got other
Al.
content to get around. We can't talk about clowns. We've got 3 reviews that we're going to smash through because we talked about other shit for way too long. I'll kick us off very quickly before I pass over to you, Nathan. I've played the opening few hours of Reanimal. By the time you're listening to this, hopefully there is a review up on the website. It was a bit of a tight turnaround, but hey, it is what it is. So this is the new game from Tarsier. So that's the developer that created and developed Little Nightmares 1 and 2 before passing the reins over to Supermassive so they could sink that ship. So if you've played Little Nightmares 1 and 2 or 2, it's effectively like a, I suppose, horror adjacent puzzle platformer where you're little people in a very big scary world. That's kind of the rub, right? Little children and you're around the adults, always massive and usually quite deformed and horrific. Reanimal is essentially an evolution on that, but they turn up the horror dial quite a bit. So if you were to say that this is Little Nightmares 4, it would make all the sense in the world. It's effectively the same kind of game, but it's kind of, yeah, it's not horror adjacent. I'd say this is a horror puzzle platformer because it is fairly disturbing, and particularly playing it with Key, because this is a co-op game. She's like, I'm fine to, because we need to get through it. It's a tight embargo. I'm like, we need to play it every night. She's like, yep, no worries, that's fine, as long as you come to bed with me directly after. Because there are fairly horrific creatures in it. Like the main conceit is it's I think it's an allegory for hell. Like you're falling down a well because some of your friends have fallen down there. You're trying to rescue them, but you wake up in this like endless ocean, and you finally find a shore. You go ashore, and there are just human skins everywhere. Not bodies, just the skin, and they're like draped over trees, and like stuffed into toilets. And you open lockers, and they're falling out of them. And then you find one that's being inhabited by something, but whatever's in the skin isn't filling the skin out. So like half of its skin leg is dragging behind it as it's walking around, and it's pretty disturbing. Again, it is very Little Nightmares. You're walking around, you're kind of flipping switches, and here's a plank of wood, we'll knock that down to create a little bridge. And as you would expect, being a co-op adventure, one person has to hold the thing so the other person can do something else. It's pretty much what you would expect. There's nothing revolutionary about the gameplay. It is very solid. The only knock that I'd have on it so far is that the enemy AI is a little inconsistent in when it can see you. You have to do a lot of hiding behind things. Sometimes it makes logistical sense, like if they're looking left and you're hiding right. Other times it just seems like they're omnipresent and can see you no matter where the fuck you are. That's a little bit frustrating because you'll get game over screens pretty quickly. I mean, I'm playing on PS5. You reload in like 2 seconds, but when that 2 seconds repeats maybe 5 or 6 times, it gets a little frustrating. But outside of that, very, very much enjoying it. Maybe next week I'll be able to throw a number at you, but so far, very, very much enjoying it, and I'm liking the extra emphasis on the horror. So I'll talk more about it next week, probably. But for now, speaking of horror-ish adjacent, I don't know. Nathan, you played and reviewed Code Vein 2, you toothy boy. Tell me about it.
Horror adjacent.
It's
You could be forgiven
vampires.
you could be forgiven for thinking so. It's vampires, anime vampires.
Ah,
Oh baby. Yeah, it's horny. Code Vein 2. I don't really know. Man, so this is a Souls-like. It's a Souls-like sequel to the 2019 Code Vein, which again, anime vampires doing Souls-like shit. So it's a relatively faster paced tactical action RPG, doing all the things where we've got our own version of lighting the bonfires. In this game, it's evading the missiles. I'm going to apologise in the next few minutes. I'm going to potentially going to accidentally use a lot of language, not offensive language, but in-game language, which may not make a lot of sense because unfortunately this game has retitled about every word that you would typically find used in a Souls-like. They've got their own rendition of it, but then they also take plain English, which has plain meanings, capitalise the first letter, give it a different meaning. It becomes very confusing.
Proper noun the game.
They proper noun the fuck out of this. It was ridiculous. For a Souls-like game, this has its big emphasis is on story. It's a lot of cutscenes. It's a Bandai Namco joint, so they've done a good job here with lots and lots of cutscenes. Almost all of them in engine. It's an Unreal 5 engine game. All of our characters have an anime aesthetic. All of our non-characters, like our enemies, our monsters, and all that, they've got a gothic horror design that looks reminiscent of, say, Lords of the Fallen, or maybe even Dark Souls. So lots of people in like breastplates and really freaky masks and big bulks carrying weapons twice as big, twice the size of them. And then there's the environments. This is set in a kind of like near future science fiction apocalypse. So we've got urban spaces that are underwater, lots of dilapidated warehouses and sky rises. It's a little bit of a mishmash of themes and genres. The gameplay itself, the strength is in the combat. It's driven by a thing called the blood code system. So in this, it's a single player game. You've got vampire companions, and they will give you access to these things called blood codes. In short, they're basically pre-built stat blocks or builds that you can equip. So you can equip a blood code, and all of a sudden you go from a big, heavy, strong, two-handed greatsword wielding build to a, I don't know, bow and arrow and daggers build. So it's very simple and very easy to switch up your play style without too much faffing around in the menus, which is good because the menus aren't very good. Because of this, it also has a very reasonable difficulty curve because these blood codes, these builds that determine what weapons you can use and how effective they're dealt to you through the course of the story. For the most part, so you're not going to be able to, you can grind in this game, but you're only really grinding just your base health. That's really the only thing that leveling up really does. It's just your health. So the game never gives you enemies or bosses that are more difficult than the blood codes that it's given you. So this game maintains a pretty good equilibrium of difficulty. It's an open world as well, like Elden Ring, as I mentioned earlier, with Neo doing that, and you get to navigate it on a motorbike. The motorbike's kind of cool because you can do wheelies and it can glide, so you can drive off a cliff and glide and hopefully get yourself to like an out of the way area that might have some treasure in theory, and that's really neat. For a 50-hour game, it has a lot of emphasis on time travel. So what this means in short is you're going to spend a lot of time revisiting the same areas with just a slightly different color palette, and it's just kind of the same thing. It kind of runs out of ideas a little bit. It's got all these ideas that are really cool from all these different games, like the open world and everything, but all of them are compromised a little bit. The open world is full of invisible walls, or for example, you go and drive off a cliff with your motorbike and glide, like I mentioned earlier, and it'll decide randomly that cliff is not a cliff that you're allowed to jump off of, so it'll just deactivate your bike and kill you immediately. There's no way that you know that. You'll be going through an underwater city. So all the like freeways and all the roads are kind of like submerged under big puddles. It's impossible for you to tell if it's a puddle or a death lake where you just immediately drown. So we've got lots of like elements of this game that are lacking polish, and as a result of that, a Souls-like game which requires so much attention and precision and finesse, you kind of expect it to be a sharper experience. Game has got a fucking ton of rough edges, so it leads to a lot of frustration. Also, the environments they mentioned that are they're starkly contrasted to the enemies and the anime characters. They're just kind of generic infrastructure where they're just empty,
Oh.
dilapidated concrete. I've walked into rooms where just on the end of on the back wall, there's just 3 grandfather clocks sitting next to one another. Like that's all the kind of interior design you get. Like it's super duper, just flat texture, generic.
So the trailers had I remember the trailers having character designs that looked kind of cool. Like there were gaping holes in people's bodies with like melting candles and shit. Like it looked. Is that just not really that present in the game?
No, exactly right. Every
Oh.
good element to this game is kind of just like halfway there and kind of half realized and makes for a good trailer or first impression, but you interrogate it and it's kind of flimsy. So there's not really a particular element to this game that I can say I like recommend it on, because I find that all of them are just too compromised to be effective, considering every other game in this genre that it borrows from, it's just a poor imitation of, which is just a bit sad. But then I think the worst thing this game does is its writing. There's just so much writing. It's really discombobulating. Proper nouns everywhere. By the time the game wrapped up, I knew what the story was going to be from the halfway point. Didn't surprise me, and the fact to have to go through that with so many cutscenes, just saying the same thing over and over again, using language that was nonsensical, you just pick up your phone and disengage. That's just such a shame.
Unfortunate.
It's got the opposite issue of a Souls-like, where like rather than being too esoteric where you can't understand the story, there's so much story and it's so much nothing that you just kind of roll your eyes and glaze over. So it's a mixed bag for me, where the combat was the highlight. Everything else is a bit not bad, just not great. So it's a 6 out of 10.
Well, shit. Did you remind me? Did you enjoy Did you play or enjoy the first one?
Never touched the first one, which gave me a little anxiety. Do I need to have touched the first one? This game makes no obvious reference to the first game. I might have picked up one reference to past events, and gameplay-wise, there was no assumption that I'd played anything from the first one. I don't even know if it functions like the first game, considering the first game was multiplayer. This is single player. You're relying on AI companions rather than other humans. And the AI companions are companions that get stuck on text, they get stuck on geometry, and sometimes in battles just forget what they're doing and stand there.
Oh.
Yeah,
But I'd
Google
rather
says
have them
that
than nothing.
Google says you don't have to have played the first game.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I was missing anything whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer. It sounds like you maybe don't need to play the second game either, by the sounds of it. That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. It's not a bad game, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's another one of those Souls-likes that just kind of adds to the pile by the sounds of it, which there's...
Yeah, you could pick any other in the pile and have a better time.
Fuck. Play Lords of the Fallen instead. That's a shame.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like an ace, Nathan. Here's a segue for you. Who likes... show of hands, who likes tennis?
Yep. I like challenges. Does that count?
I bet you do.
I like table tennis.
That's not the same thing, though, is it?
Well,
it's not the fucking question I asked you, is it, mate?
It's got tennis in it.
Yeah, right. I don't like tennis either, but fucked if I don't... Hang on, wait. I do like Mario Tennis. That's where I was getting at. So I've been playing the Mario Tennis game since the GameCube era. So it was 2004 with Mario Power Tennis. And I've kind of played each of the iterations. So on the DS, on the Wii, and then Mario Tennis Aces, which was on the Switch. I enjoyed Mario Tennis Aces well enough. It kind of did the same as all of the other games, but it looked a little nicer. Not a lot nicer because it was the OG Switch, but a little nicer. The biggest issue that it had was it just didn't have much content. Like it did the same as before, but not a great deal that was new. So for the last couple of days, I've been hoping that might be changed with Mario Tennis Fever, which is the new game that is releasing this week. And fucked if it hasn't made that change, because there is a shitload of content in this one. And it's all, for the most part, very, very good. So the core gameplay is very much the same. You've got your slices, you've got your flat shots, you've got your other shots, lob and drop shots, all of the tennis things. You can tell I love tennis. So the core gameplay, like, there's not much you could fuck with, right? They've been making Camelot's been making these games for quite a while. The gameplay's been tight probably since the GameCube. So the core tenets are there. The main wrinkle for this one are the fever rackets. So we've done away with the character specific powers. And now you've got fever rackets. There are 30 of them, each of them doing a different kind of match altering ability. So there's the shadow racket, which is my favorite. It gives you like a shadow version of yourself. So if you're playing singles, it's essentially like a 2-on-1 game for a little while. There's others that leave traps on the court. So like little bits of ice where your opponent will slip around, or fireballs, which will kind of set them on fire and get them running for a little bit. So shit that kind of it changes the gameplay up a little bit, but it's not an instant win. You can return a fever shot. So if you hit the ball before it hits the court, you'll fire it straight back at your opponent. The thing that makes that great, you end up both shifting towards the net, and you have a back and forth volley of, nah, fuck that, I don't want it, until one person misses and it fucks up their day and they cry about it. I much prefer this over the character abilities. It means that you can pick any character and have a great time with them. That you still have like the archetypes. There's still powerful characters. There's still technical, defense, and speed. So they all have different aspects. So Donkey Kong's not as fast as Koopa Troopa, but he hits the ball a lot harder. Kamek doesn't hit the ball very hard, but it has a mad curve to it. So you still have all of that. But if you like a character, but you don't like their ability in the past, you're kind of shit out of luck. This is a bit more modular. You can play around with it. And none of the abilities feel like you hit it and you win, where quite a few of the abilities in past games have very much been like that. You just can't fucking return the things. So I really like the new additions to the core gameplay. As far as where you're using them, there are shitloads of different options. So you've got your different courts that, the clay court is slower and bouncier than the grass court, for instance. You've got heaps and heaps and heaps of different courts. I think there's like 12 in total, maybe, and different bowls to choose from slow to fast in the middle. So you can kind of chop and change that as much as you like. You can not use fever rackets. You can make it just a pure tennis match. Or you can put all of the silly shit on and make it really stupid. There are specific game modes. For one that Key and I played today is a Wonder Court. So it's leveraging the Mario Wonder, like the Wonder Flower. So the whole idea is you have a back and forth, and instead of points, you're getting Wonder Seeds. And halfway through the match, if you hit the Wonder Flower that appears in the middle of the court, a random thing will transform the court. So the one that we had was a whole bunch of inflated purple elephants appeared, and they were bouncing around the court. Most of them would hit you and damage you. There was one glowing one. If you hit it, you'd get a seed. So you'd get a little bit closer to finishing the match. Another one was, instead of a net, a whole bunch of warp pipes came out in different shapes and sizes, and you had to play around the warp pipes. So it just kind of mixes it up for every time you play it. Really big fan of that. Another one is the racket factory. So instead of going in with a racket that you have to hit certain little pressure pads on the court, and you'll get a random racket that is ready to go. So you'll be able to hit the fever shot. Complete fucking chaos. There's a whole bunch. There's one in particular that there were like 10 balls on the court at once. So you'd be getting like points every second, and you just have to kind of wildly swing at it. So there's a whole array of different game modes there. Love that. My biggest issue with Aces is that it's kind of, you had your one game mode, you can play on grass or hard court. That was it. This will keep you entertained for a whole lot longer, whether you're playing by yourself or with someone else. There is also a single player adventure mode, which is kind of like your campaign. Goes for like 4 hours. The conceit is that you and Mario and Luigi, get shrunk down to kids by some nefarious means. And, babies are fucking useless. They can't play tennis. So you have to train, get stronger. There's some like little very rudimentary RPG mechanics, like you get better in agility or power, or technique, and you go through the motions to kind of undo that. So there's I think I was explaining before the potty. You're on Peach's airship. A fire breaks out on a very tennis court-like part of the airship. So Toad will throw water at you, and you need to volley it back to put out the little patches of fire. It's effectively like a long tutorial, I guess, with some mini games thrown in. I like it. The only issue I had is, so it goes for about 4, let's say charitably 4 hours. For the first hour, you're stuck in what is like an academy that is just a tutorial. It's like, go talk to this Toad over here. He'll tell you about this kind of shot. Now practice it in this mini game. Now that you've done that mini game, go back to Toad and do that action 5 times in a row. That was tedious as fuck and felt like it was never going to end. I thought that was the whole campaign. After I got past that hour or hour and a half, there was another 2.5 hours that was actually enjoyable. So I think a lot of people will kind of get halfway through that academy part and just go, this isn't for me. And they'll miss out on seeing the actual kind of fun shit that happens after that. So that's a bit of a shame. Outside of that, you've got all of like the online modes. There's a ranked mode, which I'm not going to touch because I'm not that sweaty. And there is a motion-based mode as well. So you can get those Joy-Cons out and you can get swinging. There's a more limited variety of rackets you can use for this. It's purely just like you have mates around or you have kids. So it's a stripped-back version of the game that's more akin to something like Wii Sports Tennis. I think it's completely fine. Like, I wouldn't want it to be any more robust because then you'd probably get a bit ridiculous. And I am thankful it's there because, like I said, if you have kids, I think you'll have a blast because you can just pass them a Joy-Con and they can swing away. Overall, I think this is the biggest and best that Mario Tennis has been. My favorite, like I said, has been on the GameCube, Mario Power Tennis for the longest time. This overshadows pretty much every other game in the series. I think it is fantastic. And I'd recommend if you like any of Mario Sport games are usually pretty good, regardless of whether you like sport or not. And this one is a super, super easy recommend. It'll be an 8.5 for me once my review goes live.
Big.
Yeah.
That
Any
sounds
questions, boys?
fabulous.
It's pretty open and shut, but yeah.
I didn't anticipate that I would want to be buying a Mario Tennis title in 2026, but it kind of sounds like it's perfect for what it's trying to be. And I do want, I love a Mario sports title that's happy to lean into the absolute chaos of just playing with like Super Smash Bros, turn items, everything on.
Brother.
That philosophy of game in a Mario sports, yes.
And it's absolutely that. Like, you can chuck on, like, the Wonder mode is absolutely a standout because, like Mario Wonder, the best part of that game was you get that Wonder Seed and just something fucking wacky happens and you need to adjust. It's
The
that
acid trips.
Yeah, it's that, but you're
Yeah.
playing tennis. Like, I couldn't wipe the smile off my face when like 40 inflated fucking elephants just started bouncing around the screen. Like, it's dumb, but it's fun. And if you want to like get really good at just the tennis part of it, you can strip all that back and play that as well. And it's a very competent sport game at the core of it as well. So, like, I don't know, man. You jump in, you have fun. There's very little to complain about.
You've convinced me, mate. Sounds like it's better than Mario Kart World.
Oh, absolutely. There's more content in it too, definitely.
You'll love to see it.
But for those who like things, I was going to say a little bit more grounded. Yakuza is definitely not more grounded. We've got a shout out. That's what I'm getting to. Zachary?
Just gonna say we have 2 shout outs. You wouldn't have got the second one yet because it's not live yet, but let me know and I'll.
You can certainly jump on the second one. The first one is Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. So this is the Kiwami being like the revisiting of the series. They're up to the 3rd game, and Dark Ties being the tacked on new content. So Kieran, giving this a 7.5, says that Yakuza Kiwami 3 is a successful retelling of one of the series' less understood titles, massaging it into something that's a touch homogenous, but ultimately more agreeable. There's some off-putting choices and a fumbled focus on mine. Sure, I'm gonna guess that's
I believe there's literally a mine. If it's what I think it is, you've got to delve into like a cave system.
Yeah, I was very confused when I was doing that thing as well.
if
Cool.
it's something that's appeared in previous Yakuzas. I think that's what he's referring to, and that fucking sucked. It sucked then, it sucked now.
Bizarre. So a fumbled focus on mine in both the main game and Dark Ties stops it from sticking the landing. So 7.5 on that one. I've seen similar discourse around the place that not everyone is super happy with this bundle. So bit unfortunate, but if you like the third game, I think if you wanted to revisit it, this is the best way to do it. But maybe only do it if you are a super fan of the third game.
That's kind of the well, it's not at all the controversy, but I think it's pretty widely believed the third game's the weakest in the series.
Yeah,
at least from a
that's
gameplay
what I
point of view.
understand. As an outsider looking in, that's kind of the understanding that I have too.
Yeah.
So
The story's special. The game was
rough. Zachary, second shout out.
All right, there's also the great man KV. He has gone the double drop. He's got Romeo is a Dead Man review here. I can read to you. That goes live tomorrow morning, but the drafty only came through a couple hours ago, so that has now been finalized. His tagline for this review, just FYI, is "fuckhead." So he says, a collection of cool shit laid out on a shaky foundation, Romeo is a Dead Man is as admirable and occasionally brilliant to witness as it is borderline boring to play. It's a punk rock demo tape, an imperfect showcase of violent profundity, whatever, scattered amongst a bunch of noise. Don't know why I can't say that word. That's fucking hard to. Yeah. He gives it a 6.
That
sounds
is
like a 2-51 game.
I was just about to say that sounds as grasshopper as you can possibly get.
Well, I want to read you a quick line from the opening of.
I mean, they were pretty good lines, but
hang on. We deserve more punk rock game development, more games that feel like the product of a bunch of delinquents in a garage making noise. The kind of approach that doesn't always result in something good, artistically or technically, but at the very least something raw, human, collaborative, crunchy, grasshopper, blah, 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 read by blah, blah, blah. Romeo is a Dead Man. It's been, with that game, they've been free to make something that is 100% punk rock. It's loud, brash, violent, grimy, and not especially good.
I mean... Yeah, that's pretty hard.
I thought that was a very good.
Sorry, Adam, what were you going to say?
I've tried multiple times in the past to get around Suda's games because I want to enjoy. I want to be in on the whole deal, but they're just shit. They're a bit shit.
I've never managed to sustain myself for maybe more than 3 hours.
I don't know how he does it. I do not know how he does it.
I like the ideas. The ideas are great. The execution.
He's doing what nobody else is doing.
I more meant KV. Sorry.
I mean, copy and paste what we said. It works for KV as well. To be fair,
busy
same guy. All right, we've got some news headlines. Ash, I'm going to kick over to you last because I know nothing. I know nothing about what's happening in that front. First off, this is a PlayStation State of Play that has likely already happened by the time you're listening to this. So tell us what happened. There'll be a wrap-up article, so you can probably read that.
What do we? Question without notice. What do we think we're going to get there?
Saros, like a Saros.
Cool.
Deep dive, maybe as the opener. There we go.
Anniversary re-release of Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, fuck Dash. Nathan.
What?
Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag?
Ooh.
Not bad.
Okay.
I don't...
All right.
They cancelled it. That's all Ubisoft does now. They get a game, 90% finished, and they go, cancel it. You're all fine.
I wonder
unless it's made in Singapore.
I'll go, because I actually didn't even think about this question until I asked it. I'll just say Wolverine.
That's okay. Yeah.
I think it's all third party though, right? It didn't
no.
Oh, it is first party.
No.
Okay, yeah, I'm going with Wolverine.
They are deep in the Sony family.
It's an hour long. Like it's fucking spare a thought for me on Friday having to do the wrap-up article for this at 9 a.m. It'll be a slog.
I'll be helping you.
I know.
Okay,
I was fishing.
Okay.
I was fishing.
Can we just go back to what you said before the potty about?
I was thinking it. Shut up.
Your day.
Move on. Shut up.
Nah. We're moving on. Speaking of PlayStation, a new Horizon game for apparently the people that give a fuck about this series. Horizon Hunters Gathering. This is probably the most interested I've been in the series because it looks like
It's
yeah.
Is
It's
this
it's
the
its
game that's
name.
been leaked like monthly for like the past year? Like we
Yeah.
know
Is it though?
everything about this game. The only thing
Yeah,
they
yeah,
released
yeah.
is an actual trailer.
Yeah, so it's Monster Hunter in the Horizon universe with like a cartoony art style essentially. But the game, like to its credit, looks kind of cool.
That's the thing that got me is that they actually went, "Hey, let's stylize this bitch." I was like,
Yeah.
they could have easily just been like, "Nah, we got assets, reuse them."
Yeah,
It's also-
I mean, it
with
looks
Horizon was
interesting enough.
more like Monster Hunter.
They said it's
So,
canon
yeah.
in the world too, in the universe. So
They did. Aloy was in the trailer
yes.
for all of
Aloy.
those
Would it-
people who like that really boring ass character.
Did you call
Would
it
it make
Aloy?
any?
Aloy. Loy.
Okay, I thought you said Alo was like related to J Lo.
Aioli?
I'd chuck another L and a D in there. I call it Aloyd. I think that'd be all right. Anyway,
Andrew
shouts to Lloyds back in the day.
we love Lloyds. We love people that have an extra letter in their names for no fucking reason. Nathan, does this interest you whatsoever?
I just can't understand why the fuck it matters if it was canon or not. Like, who the fuck's keeping up on Horizon lore?
Have you
don't
been
know.
on the internet for more than 10 minutes? Everyone's like, "But is it canon?" I read on the back of a chip packet that fucking Stranger Things season 5 actually. Everybody is obsessed with
I don't know,
everything
man.
being interconnected.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get that it's Horizon and people
theoretically.
don't care, but the people who do,
It's
are
the Horizon
freaks.
universe, mate. The metaverse. Horizon
I
metaverse.
would play it. I'd play it. The trailer, I'd play it.
Outside of it being Horizon, I'm keen. I can't remember which one it was, but one of the not well played, one of the kind of funny fellas likened the Horizon series to Avatar. Like everyone's fucking played it, but you never meet a mega fan, do you?
I do fucking
You
like
never meet a
Avatar.
mega fan. Like
I like
Avatar,
Avatar.
like
I like Avatar. I think I like
Yeah, 'cause
Avatar
you're
more than I
Once,
like Horizon.
once you've made it through the third film, you're a mega fan.
don't
So
get out.
you
You
put
know what?
time in.
I regret this. Ash, tell us
You
why
started
Discord's fucked, would you?
Brother, so Discord, after doing that incredible pilot for its age verification service in the Australias and the US's, the UK's, where you could do a face scan or submit one of your government IDs, even though that it was a nightmarish failure on all fronts, they are rolling it
what?
out globally starting in March.
Oh, awesome.
Well, the reason I say it was a horrible failure is because they said that, like, oh, we're just going to use this to verify your age and we'll delete it afterwards. But then 70,000 records were breached in, like, a third-party data, thing. So as of March, Discord users will be apparently flagged as a teen-only experience, which means that, like, all kinds of things will be restricted. If you want to get out of that restricted thing, you need to verify your age. You can do this either by your webcam, which will look at you and go, "You've got grey in your beard. You're old enough," or you can upload your government-issued ID. Adam,
Hang on.
hand up the front.
No. I had my hand
No,
up.
Adam was first. Go, Adam.
What? So the teen experience. What is that limiting? Like, if I can't be fucked giving them my Medicare card, what am I missing
Users
out
that
on?
remain unverified will face specific platform restrictions. This includes being barred from any servers that are age restricted. So, like if they've been flagged as 18 plus, channels within servers that have been flagged as 18 plus. You will not be able to use Discord's live streaming stage channels. And you'll also have a unique level of you'll have a set amount of things change within the private messaging area. People can't message you out of the blue. It'll go into a special inbox. It'll
Sounds
get
kind of nice.
It doesn't sound terrible, but it's still just the case of, like, the system kind of sucks and people don't like it. And, like,
Can I still make custom audio?
Maybe
emotes?
we can have our ridiculous soundboard still. Maybe I don't think that's ever been said, but, like, it's just this case of, like, they say it's to protect the kids, but then the whole system is built out of bird shit and bubblegum, and you just, like, can't stand it. So, Zach, you had a question.
Why you talk about it's going to look at your webcam? What if you just go and get like a fake beard?
Okay, so here's the thing. The original pilot that was done, if you paid attention to, like, 5 months ago when it's happened,
I didn't.
people were fooling the webcam verification by using Death Stranding 2's photo mode and using Gary's mod.
Oh,
because the way it works is you stare into your camera and it says, "Look at the camera." It goes, "Open your mouth," and you go. So what I'm saying is you can steal this footage right now and probably fool Discord, but don't do that. But apparently Discord head of product policy Savannah Badalich said we're aware that they were doing that and we're going to be doing everything we can to squash those bugs. And it's like, it's not a bug, that's a feature. Some dude beat it with a picture of his dog. If you are watching this podcast, you're a legend. But so starting in March, for some people that just use Discord in a very basic setting, they probably won't care. The immediate copium from Discord, because like people are mass canceling their Nitro, they are absolutely blasting their support tickets, they are going nuts on social media, going at Discord, you suck. They've started issuing their statements and they've said, look, we know our user base. The vast majority of you are already flagged as adults. You will not even see this system. Please stop canceling your Nitro. But it's
Imagine
that
paying
kind of
for
shit.
Nitro. My favorite thing is the inbuilt Curb Your Enthusiasm meme, where it's like everyone going, what could possibly go wrong with them having all of our personal data? And then there's that fucking enormous leak from
70,000 users had their ID photos leaked previously. Not just that, it had usernames, names, emails, last 4 digits of credit card numbers. It means that this time around, they've got this new policy, this new security statement saying that, and I quote, and I'm quoting this so that when the class action lawsuit happens for the next leak, we have it on record. Identity documents are deleted quickly, usually immediately after age confirmation. They also say that the footage used to verify you does not leave your device. It doesn't go anywhere. It's all done client side. So, okay.
I love the mumbo jumbo. Usually, immediately.
Yeah,
60% of the
like I
time
said,
it works 100% of the time.
I am saying this here so it's on record. So when the next 70,000 users get compromised, we can all just tap the side and be like, straight away, Discord, straight away. I verified months ago.
You can make the custom Curb Your Enthusiasm meme. I get it.
Exactly.
What a fucking shit show. Discord's
It's
fucked.
the line from Anchorman. Was it 60%
Yeah.
of the time it works every
60%
time?
of the time it works.
Yeah.
60% of the time
Exactly.
it works every time. So
fucking
I just look forward to like the ads that'll be like, were you or someone you know compromised in a Discord privacy leak? They said they would delete it quickly, usually immediately. You might be entitled to compensation.
It sounds like a Helldivers vignette.
The thing I love is that lawyer guy will be like looking at all the like documents of people that got leaked to be like, we need to contact Sam Porter Bridges. and this dog, their details are on the dark web, and they're entitled to compensation.
Fuck, not bad. Ash,
so that happens
while
in
you're
March.
about, we're winding down. We've had a very girthy episode, but we couldn't possibly say goodbye without a 2000s film of the week. And this week, it's been designated to you. Have you got the synopsis ready to go?
I absolutely do. It's a quick one. I actually had to look up a couple of synopses because, like, the first 3 had the name of the fucking movie in it. And I was like,
yeah, we love that.
Yeah, it's like Carl Urban faces his doom when a military complex is compromised on Mars. No, the actual synopsis, ladies and gentlemen, your 2000s film of the week. When Josh accidentally emails a controversial tape to his girlfriend, his 3 friends accompany him as he travels across cities to save his relationship.
Road trip.
Fucking done in one, son.
Yeah, that was impressive.
All the other synopsis was just like, as he has a road trip to save his relationship. Okay, well, if we're gonna nail it that quickly, can we just quickly point out some of the so 2000s actors that were in that film? Zach, can you give us one?
I don't remember their names, but I remember the
Well, you can tell me who they're famous for. Come on.
Well, the guy who eats the ass French toast, he looks like the dad of the guy who is in like, who's the guy that's in The Good Doctor? That really weird kid who always he really weirds me out.
He weirds you out.
Just because he looks young for his age, he weirds you out.
I think it's the way that he talks, like even in that and in like Bates Motel. Just anyway, the guy who eats the ass
in the
toast.
Good Doctor was playing an autistic character.
Yeah, I thought it was the autism that freaked you
To-
out, and I was hiding
To
my
be
face
fair,
for that.
I haven't really watched The Good Doctor. I just know he's in Bates
This
Motel,
is-
and
He
Yeah,
just
right.
came in on a
This
random
is
episode.
such a
Why is
swerve.
Sky
I
so
thought you'd
annoying?
be like, oh yeah, it's like Sean William Scott, Stifler's in the movie. Oh yeah, that really weird gangly dude, DJ Qualls is in the movie. Oh,
Tom Green.
Tom Green's in the movie. Instead,
Tom
you're like,
Green.
yeah,
It's Tom
arse
Green.
toast.
Yeah, he feeds. He
Oh,
feeds the snake.
Jesus.
Can I feed him?
I'm
Uh,
understanding now
can I
why
feed
you
him,
got the
Mitch?
movie so quickly. Jesus Christ.
Shit that did not age well. Andy Dick's in the movie.
Andy
Ah.
Dick.
Do you know who is in the movie and has had an absolutely stellar career since then? It's old Amy Smart. Do you remember her?
Oh, gee, a stellar career.
Not even for a second.
The Butterfly Effect.
You
There you
don't?
go.
Yeah, Butterfly Effect. She's that lovely blonde lady with the absolutely stunning eyes. I quickly
Oh,
clicked
of
on her
course,
to
she
be
was
like,
in
what has
Crank
she
High
been up
Voltage.
to? Yeah, Crank High Voltage. But like, she's done so much since then, and there's some cool stuff in there as well.
Name one other thing.
Law and Order Special Victims Unit. That's on me. It's too easy.
That's like every person on the planet. All right, that's enough. That's enough, boys. That's enough. It's not enough. Do we have any off topics? Anything that isn't gaming related? Zachary, surely you fucking watched
Nah,
something
fuck
on
Zach. It's
Apple
my turn. I'm
Plus.
going to take it. Flight back from the US. I watched The Naked Gun, the new one.
Oh,
By
Aw.
Akiva
amazing.
Schaffer.
Yeah, and
It's hit or miss, but when it hits pretty hard. But like, the thing is, the hits jokes are the ones that are effortless. They're just throwaway gags that they crack me up.
I liked it
Yeah.
way more than the original.
I liked it for its time. I like the original for its time. I think they
The
represent a
original's
very
so for
different
its time. Yeah.
comedy room. But like you know, they'll do like a really big, like ridiculous prop gag. Like there's a car crashed in the water, and like he'll put on his forensic glove, and then he'll pick up all the evidence in his ungloved hand. And I'll laugh at that because it's so simple. But then like the cop will be like, "All right, we're done here. Pack it up." And then like the crane that picks up the car is like literally a magic claw machine. It's like, and picks the car up and drops it, and it cuts all of them going, "Oh." And it's so over the top and overwrought that I'm sort of like, the glove gag was funnier. But the one joke that keeps getting me is the fact that the main character, when he introduces himself to people, or when people introduce themselves to
Coffee?
him, the coffee's great. But
Ah.
like the bad guy of the film walks up to him and says, Detective Drummond, puts his hand out, and he goes, "No way, that's my name too." And it's so fucking stupid. But like, I'm on the plane and I'm sort of figuring out like, what's an acceptable amount of laughter in this environment? Like, I'm breathing out of my nose really heavily, but I'm going to start to chuckle soon, and then I need to make sure I'm ready.
This is
And
fun.
Pamela Anderson. She's aged beautifully, and she does a great job. I think she's found her calling as being a ridiculous comedic foil.
Pam is a weapon. The one clip I've seen from that movie is his interaction with Cody Rhodes, and that's talk about a good gag. About
Did you see?
I
Did you
I
see the
didn't know
whole
it was
thing? Oh,
Cody
is it
at the
the?
time.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Did you?
was like,
You
why do I
killed my
recognize
brother. It's like, do you know how little? How you killed my brother? Do you know that could be anybody? You know how little that means to me? You shot him in the back. Oh, at least 50,000 people. It's like he was white. Ah, you're Jeremy's brother. It's like,
yeah, it's fucking good. It helps that Cody Rhodes is half black. Anywho, Nathan.
Raheem.
Nathan, any off-topic bits and pieces you got for me?
Yeah, I got an easy one. I watched F1 last week.
Oh, look at you go.
Ah,
Pitt's
yes.
F1. So I like to think that I'm within the target audience for that. I've got a passing interest in the Formula One. I can name half the teams and half the races. That's fine. This film, though, my Letterboxd review encapsulated it perfectly. Should have been an anime. It's such an anime fucking film. Let me talk you through it. So, directed by Joseph Kosinski. We're talking Top Gun Maverick. It should have the juice. Brad Pitt, though, he's a 62-year-old actor. So he leaves Daytona. He gets recruited to help a fledgling F1 team. There's 20 F1 teams. Billionaires bought one. His team's not doing too well. He's the first 6 or 7 drivers he's gone to have all declined. So he gets Brad Pitt, very old. Brad Pitt comes onto the scene. Every F1 driver's like in their 20s. So half the story is it's the old guy on the track. How's he going to beat everyone? But you see, their team is shit. Their car is nowhere near up to scratch with Ferraris and McLarens and that. So there's no way they can win a race. But the plot of this 2.5 hour film is Brad Pitt's going to fucking win a race. And how's he going to win a race? Because we know his car's shit, his team's shit. Everything's against him. He's going to cut corners and be a dirty player. Oh, he's a naughty boy. He's gonna circumvent the system and do some cheeky shit. So I kind of got into it in the first half. It's like, okay, we've got an underdog story where he's going to cut corners and be a dirty player. That was kind of fun. My issue with the film, for a 2.5 hour film, you can't see most of what's going on because the editing is so fucking chaotic. Anytime that they're on the track and they get like a cockpit view and you're like, oh, this could be a cool shot because it's running for a couple of seconds. We're going to get a really cool down the cockpit shot. After that, you're going to get 10 scatter shots of like different fucking shit everywhere. And then all of a sudden, you don't know where you are on the track. You don't know what's going on, who's where. It's like edited like a fucking TikTok video or something. Like I think Gran Turismo was a visually more succinct film. Like I could actually watch that and get into what was going on screen more. This was just Brad Pitt phoning it the fuck in.
It's not fucking believable because they try and tell you that Brad Pitt's the kind of guy that ends up living in a fucking van.
Yes, he does spend the entire film in that fucking van.
My suspension of disbelief doesn't work for that. Like,
my suspension of disbelief doesn't work that you got a 60-year-old guy out in the F1 track. The toll that it takes on their young bodies, and he's just like, let's go, it's fine, it's nothing.
Yeah, like, but then Tom Cruise in Jet Fighters,
Oh, that's a good point. I'll retract that. It's a silly film. It's a dad film. I think it's too long. The editing was shit, and the advertising strategies in it were kind of annoying. I was watching it with a mate. She pointed out for about 5 minutes straight, there was a Heineken Zero ad in every single shot where there shouldn't have been any marketing whatsoever. The film is just constantly marketing Heineken Zero. It must be half the budget, man. It's a weird brand exercise of a film. It was okay. It's not a good film.
Yeah, okay. Let's get Burnout Paradise the movie. Let's do that.
That would be sick, wouldn't it?
That's what we need.
Take me down.
Take me down. That's it. Yeah, okay. Now I'm on board even more.
Fucking ridiculous.
All right. Have not seen F1, but have.
I watched a Scandinavian military drama on
Apple TV. I am on a new one at the moment, so I'll let you know in a week or so. But
a new Scandinavian military drama.
Well, it's a new Scandinavian show. No, I've been watching the new season of Shrinking, which I highly recommend you all watch.
So you're on Apple TV, so F1's just a click away, mate.
Yeah, might give that a pass. But yeah, really, really good. I thought I thought maybe the magic after the third, now that it's the third season would sort of just start to go, kind of get a bit samey and stuff. But it's really good. And I watched as someone who loves National Treasure, loves The Mummy, I thought, fuck it, why not? So we watched Fountain of Youth, which is on Netflix with John Krasinski.
Oh shit, you didn't, did you?
And
is that what I think it is?
Maybe. That's one where he chases the Fountain of Youth. So imagine
I'm glad you clarified that for me based off the name of the movie.
Directed by Guy Ritchie. It is what I thought it was.
Yes. It was.
Is that Natalie Portman?
Yes. It was okay.
Keira Knightley.
Well, Kira's got more the chin going on.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, speaking of, I'm keen for season 2 of Black Doves. If that's coming this year.
Didn't ask.
No, you didn't ask. But anyway, yeah, the Fountain of Youth. If you like those sorts of films, sure, give it a watch. If you've got nothing better to do, it's not great, but it's.
If you've got nothing better to do.
Well, I mean, look.
What endorsement?
If you toss up between that and F1, I think you might need to ask yourself a bigger question, really. But anyway, that's it.
You love to see it. I don't have any movies to talk about. I finished To Kill a Mockingbird. Hey, turns out that book pretty fucking good. Don't know if anyone's heard of it or read it.
I read it for the first time during the pandemic and was quite struck by it. Yeah, it's very, very entertaining, very well written.
It's one of those like entertainment properties or whatever you want to call it. But like
it's got a child you won't hate.
Yeah, it ends, and I feel like my friends have gone home, and like I can't hang out with them anymore. Like it's left a bit of a void, and I don't know how I'm gonna.
Well, there is a sequel.
Yeah. Nah, no. I'm good. I'm fine.
Revenge of the Mockingbird.
Turns out not a sequel at all. It was Harper Lee's first draft of the book.
Is it really?
The publishers. Yeah. If you read it, it's essentially To Kill a Mockingbird, but a little bit shitter. Anyway, book was really good. Would recommend it to the 4 people who haven't read it. That's me for the week, and that's us for the week. How good is that? If you want to read any of the wonderful articles that we've mentioned on this episode, you can find them all at www.wellplayed.com.au. You should definitely jump over to our YouTube channel, which is WellPlayed_AU. Ash has just done some fucking fantastic work. Analytics are through the roof, 9,000% up from last week. You love to see it. Twitter's at WellPlayed_AU. Everything else is just well played. Facebook's definitely something else, but who gives a fuck? Dead platform. We'll be back next week.
Is it?
Between now and then, it's all old people.
Dead is Overwatch 2.
Dead is right. Yeah, exactly right. We'll be back next week. Between now and then, have yourself a wonderful time. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
One question.
Week. Yes.
Oh, one word answer. Ash, how do you feel with the video that's hit 1 million views?
How do I feel about it? I feel a deep sense of dread. No, sorry. I feel a deep sense of dread. I live in fear that, like, you know, when you hit 100 years old, you get a letter from the Queen, or I guess the King nowadays.
Should never have asked.
I live in fear that I'll get a letter from the joyless smile of Mr. Beast going, "Welcome to the club."
I tried to make it as simple and just easy, and
you just shouldn't.
Well, fuck it. What do you want me to say? Chuffed.
Bang. There we go.
Yeah, I can wheel my fucking dad in to say that one. One word answer. Why the fuck do you like the Homefront series? And you're just there going.
All right, guys. If you want to sustain less psychological damage, we'll see you next week.
Bye. Say bye. Bye.
Yeah.